Librans, hey, welcome and thank you for joining me. All I can say is at this point, wow, something big is happening for you guys in November. So I was just sitting here preparing myself for your reading, and I usually do a little bit of intuitive work beforehand, and sometimes I use cards to tap into that intuitive realm to activate the messages. So I chose this particular deck, which is a Doreen Virtue deck called Saints and Angels. And the first card came out and it was Forgiveness, St. Mary Magdalene. And I thought, wow, that's quite a powerful card in its own right. So I thought to myself, there's a degree of forgiveness coming in for you guys for the month of November. And I thought, she has this deep look of almost sorrow or going back in time about perhaps past events and connecting with them and wanting to connect with the vibrational energy of forgiveness, which is a very high frequency level. I also felt that there was a degree of divine masculine and divine feminine that was entangled into this forgiveness, and it may be in this lifetime or it may be in past lifetimes, because remember that this year 2020 is a year of deep karmic activation, healing, release, forgiveness and moving on. So it could have been pertained into any of those particular areas as well. So I thought to myself, okay, I'll draw another card, and the second card that came out was this one, the Christ energy. So you had St. Mary Magdalene and Christ together, and they came out as miracle and forgiveness. Now the Christ card doesn't come out that often. I am doing this reading in October, around about the 11th or 12th of October. And I know that towards the end of October we have the 31st, the Halloween's Day, which used to be, I think, and I could be wrong on this, All Saints Day or something along those lines. It's when the veils merge between spirit and solid form, this life form on the planet. So we do see an increase in the veils that thin and the messages that come in from the other side. So I thought to myself, wow, this is pretty powerful to have these two together performing some divine masculine and divine feminine extreme vibrational frequency or energy coming through to you guys. You're lucky, this is for you, your reading, not anyone else's. But their energy is coming, and I also see that in this particular deck of cards, Christ is holding what I see to be the planet Earth. So it's almost like this deep wave of powerful love or forgiveness or acceptance or vibrational frequency or raising of frequencies that create some form of miracle for us here at the individual, at the collective, and also possibly for the planet's frequency and vibration as well. So those two alone, as you know, when they're merged together in the recent timeline of history events that we understand on this planet, these two are the conception of love. You know, it's love penultimate. But also these two go back in many timelines over thousands and thousands of decades in different images or different stories that are told and retold. So this is a very powerful energy field. Then the next card that came in, and I shuffled them all differently and they all came out differently, was Mother Mary. And I'm going, my God, what is going on here? How do you get these three coming in? So powerful, so potent, so amazing. So of course Mother Mary is the mother of the Son Christ, and Mary Magdalene is the third, the triangle of the formation of love. So for some of you this could involve a mother figure or a mother healing or a mother miracle or being in the mother feminine energies or the loving, nurturing, encompassing energies of a mother or a grandmother or a mother type energy. And it may be in miracles and it may be forgiveness. This is going to be very deep depending on your own degree of how you accept this message and how it comes to you and how it vibrates to your energy field. And the fourth card that jumped out was sweetness, with the guardian angel of sweetness. I mean, these four together are just giving off such a powerfully high vibrational energy. I couldn't separate them, and then I decided I have to play this at the very beginning of your video before we even start your reading. It's just too big a message, and the energy coming from it is too powerful. So I hope that you can really impassion whatever it is that these individual frequencies and messages are coming to tell you, or to give you, or to offer you, or to open a door or a portal of some sort of raising of your being, raising of your vibration, becoming more, not necessarily aware, but becoming more expanded. There's an expansion going on here at a very deep level for a lot of you Librans. So just all I can say is wow, it is really truly beautiful. So a very unorthodox way to come into the reading, but I think probably the best way I've ever seen in my life. So let's just come back a couple of steps, and I'll talk a little bit about November's astrology. We are still in very powerful astrological energy fields, and in fact as we move into December we're going to come into an even stronger one again. I'll put these back in the vision field. First of all, with November, Mercury stations direct on the 3rd. Then we have that beautiful 11-11 portal of energy, and again the 11-11 is ascended masters, it's angelic frequencies, it's the vibration of miracles, of forgiveness, mother, sweetness, love, nurture, strength. So embrace all of this in that 11-11 field as well. Then we have Friday the 13th, which is also quite a powerful energy field. Then we have Mars stationing direct. We have the new moon in Scorpio on the 15th. On the 28th of November, Neptune stations direct. And on the 30th, we have a full moon and lunar eclipse in Gemini. So this is the beginning of the last lot of eclipses for 2020. Now, you'll remember how powerful the previous ones were. Well, these could be set to be even more powerful. This whole year of 2020 has changed the way we are as humans. And I will stand by this forever. As we look back in time, we will come to understand the depth at which 2020 propelled us into this distant future of where we are headed and who we will become and how we will become. The second eclipse, coming back to the astrological lineup, there's the solar eclipse in December the 14th, and that's in Sagittarius, and that's the partner eclipse to the full moon lunar eclipse on the 30th of November. So all I can say is, wow, you know, things are heating up again in a different way than the first half of the year. I feel there's this amazing propensity for people to be like blown open with new energies, with new ideas, with new concepts, with new directions as we move into the beginning of 2021. And you guys look like you are being given some sort of powerful emergence and energy field to start that happening. So the other notes I'd written for you through these cards were the divine masculine and divine feminine, and this could be relationship wise. So some of you could be coming into this in a powerful way, either at a spiritual level of completeness or awareness or awakening, or at a physical level with a partnership in your life. And it may be a new partnership coming, or it may be a partnership that you are already established in that grows and raises itself to this higher frequency and blends into the perfect balance of divine masculine and femininity. And remember, Libra, you guys are the energy of balance. That's what you're all about. So with that in mind, I will now push these up here to the back, and let's start shuffling. And I think I have these up the right way. So this is for Libra for November, to carry on this energy field that we're in. We seem to have created a vortex or a portal or an opening. So I'm so pleased that you have joined and been able to enjoy this revelation of energies coming your way. It is truly, truly beautiful. Let's see what's coming next. Movement, choices and decisions, that's the 2 of Pentacles. Accelerated motion, the 8 of Wands. And number 4, authority, which of course is the Emperor card. So 2, 4, 8. that number sequencing is pretty powerful as well in its own way. And they didn't quite come out that way technically, but 2, 4, 8. So there's something here about stepping up, moving on, creating a power base of energy. And a lot of this could be in creativity, and it could be in areas of your finances or your financial sector. These 2 in particular here, the 2 and the 8, are very strongly tied to creativity, because this is Wands and this is the Pentacles card, and we see coins in the background here. We actually see what I think looks like a wedding ring, or 2 wedding rings and a heart depicted in this window. And in this window seems to be like a budding new growth of something, and perhaps an idea. So this card is movement, choices and decisions, and this is also about bringing balance into your life and knowing that there is always perpetual flow, and that there's an evolution and a cycle that is continuously propelling us along our own evolutionary cycle of life and our journey therein. So the 2 of Pentacles can sometimes reference that money can be coming and going, that sometimes you can receive more than you anticipated, but at the same time sometimes you can spend more, or you can also receive bills or invoices or such like rather unexpected. This new blossoming growth here is the promise of newness, of new ideas, concepts, opportunities, avenues. This can turn up, this card, sometimes when there is the ability for a job interview, or for a pay rise or an increment, or for someone seeing your abilities and not acknowledging them and taking them on board and helping them to grow. Now this accelerated motion, the 8 of Wands, can mean very swift action in many different areas of life, but often in the creative sector. So in your job, your passion, your hobbies. It can also reference new people coming into your life, and these can be as if delivered from the cosmos, from the etheric energy force, from all of these that are like cosmic or angelic or higher energy vibrational fields coming up to you from the cosmic energies. It can be new love interests. It can also be about businesses, alliances, ties, contracts. It can be about travel. But in today's society, when not so many people are traveling at the moment, it may not reference air travel specifically. It could be about ideas and just new events and exciting people walking into your life and things happening and the pace of life speeding up. The sky can reference March and April in terms of a timeline. He can also represent an Aries person, and sometimes an older person who may be playing an authoritarian role in your life. Now sometimes he can be a little bit overlording it, but oftentimes he is perceived or can be seen, if you are willing to listen, he can be seen or heard as a mentor. So he can have great ideas and concepts, often about business projects or artistic creative endeavours in life. He may be affiliated with these 2 aspects, and they may be all tied together, creating a miracle or a sweetness. He can also sometimes be like an accountant, a legal advisor, a lawyer. He is often about the word authority. So there may be an authority figure come into your life, or you may be being governed by authority as well at this time. Let's see what else is in store here for Libra. This is the John Holland Psychic Tarot deck. It is one of my favorites. Oops, he wanted to come off. Okay, so transformation number 13, of course, is what we call traditionally the death card. So when we see this come out, we know we are in the midst of some deep transformation. Now, I believe globally we are all in deep transformation this year. Our lives will not be the same. As I said, by the end of 2020, they'll be very different. But of course, for everyone at different levels. When the death card comes to you, it is a sign that you are emerging into a new paradigm of your timeline. And you might want to think about those words again. You are emerging into a new paradigm of your timeline. And how that happens for you and what it means is going to be deeply personal. But know this much, that change is on the horizon and it's unavoidable, and it could be at many different levels. Okay, so we have another 8 that's come out. Now remember too that 8 is the number of manifestation. This one here, of course, he calls it power, but power is the strength card, and we're seeing a lot of strength coming through, because this is also strength. This one is inner strength and regaining power after feeling as though something may have been out of balance or not giving you power. This could have been personal power, it could have been physical through ill health. It may have been a loss of your own sense of freedom, because you may have been held by an authority figure that depowered you or destabilized you. And through transformation, you may be re-emerging and regaining your power. And a lot of this could be happening to you quite quickly. But this is a beautiful card of inner strength and understanding too, from the intuitive perspective of life, that we don't always necessarily need to be perceived to be physically strong to have internal power and strength. So for some of you who may have been through a health issue, your personal health may be being rebalanced again. It may also be a karmic power that is coming back after having been destabilized or depowered. Now I see we have the throat chakra come in, which is another beautiful message of being able to speak your truth. And that aligns very powerfully with this card number 8, the power card. It also aligns, these 3 also align quite strongly, in as much that you are being told to stand your ground because you're regaining your power. So if there is someone in authority who is perhaps creating maybe blocks or walls that you would rather were being removed, or that you don't want to adhere to at this particular point in time, utilize all of these aspects of yourself. Utilize the power of communication through your throat chakra and learn how to powerfully communicate and create your visions into this reality. As humans, our communication is one of our most powerful assets, and the more we learn to cohesively and effectively communicate, the more powerful we become, and the more we can stand our ground in the right way with this natural power without having to demobilize someone else or demobilize ourselves as well. This is the 7 of Wands, so this can also be coming to you around the concept of your careers or jobs or aspirations or hobbies or passions. I feel as though some of you are making changes in these areas. You're wanting to stand up and be heard, or you have some new ideas or concepts, or you're motivated about something and you want this to happen, and you want it to happen quite quickly, and it might. It's either ideas or concepts and you're excited about it, and a lot of you have got a lot to say. So if you are having trouble getting your message across, or you're needing to bring all of this back into the picture up here, the Christed energy, the Mother Mary, the Mary Magdalene, and to bring sweetness into the picture, remember to open your throat chakra and to be able to speak your truth in a clear, concise, and constructive way, so that you don't necessarily pull others down, but you elevate yourself. So if your throat chakra has been blocked for any reason, for fear, victimized, or being too afraid to speak up, then clear your throat chakra. Use the color blue, meditate with blues, wear blue, eat or drink bluish toned foods, hum, sing, become creative, write, journal, diarize things. All of these help to open and clear the throat chakra. Some of you may have had a problem in the throat area, and this can also relate to issues such as the thyroid, because the thyroid is in that part of our body, and sometimes that comes to us as a health issue as well as an emotional one too. So there's a lot of opening in this reading for you, a lot of regaining power and being able to transform yourself and feel your own strength. But again, I'm still coming back to these beautiful first cards that came in as being some of the most powerful in the reading. I haven't quite finished yet. We will do a little bit more for you. And I was going to follow a specific structure this month, but yours has gone out the window. So we'll just continue with the way we are going here, the way the messages are arriving. So yours might be a unique one. These are fairy cards. This is the magical message from the fairies. And again, they're a Doreen Virtue deck, but I find them really active and quite fiery and vibrant. I love it when I use this deck, and I haven't used them for some time. They're quite playful and cheeky when they come out. The deck is usually energized. So this one says, your wish is granted. What you've asked for is coming true. I mean, what a beautiful message. So I don't know individually what you've particularly asked for, but really focus on the manifestation of this coming in and visualize it as being accepted and that it is in the realm of happening. So it's being formatted right now and coming into reality, and maybe it's partly to do with the forgiveness, the divine masculine, divine feminine energies merging together. Maybe it's a miracle that's coming into your life. Maybe it has something to do with mother love energy, and maybe it is a sweetness aspect as well. Perfect timing. This is the right time for you to move forward, and we've seen that through some of the other cards that have arrived, especially the transformation card. We've seen it with this the power card. We've seen it with the other ones that arrived first as well. So you're getting some really positive messages. And now we have the sun. So we've got the mother, the sun, and the sun again up here, because this is the sun. This is the sun for so many people in respects. This one says, your son is watched over and protected as he explores his world. I love it. This is the world he's holding in his hands. There's something powerful that's coming to you guys, this overall feeling of divinity or strength or light or enlightenment or being watched over, being protected maybe somehow. And there's some miracle in the air. So if some of you have been worried about a son, a child, or even it might be an adult child, it could even be like a sibling, like a brother, then somebody is watching over them and somebody is helping them to move through a problem they may have had, which could almost involve literally a miracle. And I think for those of you who do hold the Christ energy close to your heart, then it might be worthy of even embellishing the Christed white light energy to come in around this issue. For some of you wanting to conceive a pregnancy, this may be a possibility. For others of you who have lost a son or a child or a sibling in the past, this may be a time where you can connect through the spiritual aspect and feel their presence. So there's some very calming energy coming into this. There's like a peacefulness for a lot of you. So if you've had a child who has had struggles or has been bullied or who has had trauma, there's something benevolent for them And it doesn't just have to be a son, it could be a daughter as well. But do you see what I mean? That these fairy cards are actually quite beautiful. They're very, they're energized, but they're gentle at the same time. Admit your true feelings to yourself. Be honest with yourself. Only you know what it is that you truly desire. And I think this has been a time, this reading in particular, that's showing us there must be some portals activated for you guys. Maybe it's through the upcoming eclipses, maybe it's through the planetary alignments, maybe it's just part of the whole energies of where we are in this timeline and where you are in your current timeline. But be honest. And that's coming back to the throat chakra and speaking your truth. And when you speak your truth to yourself about what it is you want and who you want to be, this is when we are honouring our integrity values. And we set our integrity values for a reason. And we usually set them before we come in, but they can be changed along the way. So sometimes this is a point at which you may change an aspect of yourself or your values, or where you hold your belief systems as well. So some really big, powerful messages coming for you guys, Librans. You've had a beautiful reading. I will just finish off with a couple of these cards. These are the Goddess Guidance deck of cards. This is for Libra to finish off their amazing, powerful, cosmic, angelic, high vibrational energy reading. And I think you guys can apply this energy to anything that you need to during this month of November, and come in and listen to this as many times as you like, because you are free to pick up this energy field and utilize it. Every time you tune into it, you're going to get a degree of the vibration through watching the video. So this is Coventina, and this is purification. It is time for a cleansing detoxification of your body and mind. And that is a powerful thing to do. And sometimes you can do this physically by going through a detox process yourself, of changing your diet or fasting, or removing addictive properties within your diet, such as tobacco or nicotine, or certain foods like sugar or alcohol, or pharmaceutical drugs, or even, illegal type drugs that anyone might be taking. This is a time when you might find that it is easier for you to move through the power of letting go of things that don't serve your highest purpose. Sometimes when we engage in taking those supplements, for want of a better word, we block the message behind them because we're not ready to face whatever it is that we're hiding from. For some reason we feel unable to make the move forward, and no one can make it until you're ready. You can't be forced to do it, and it happens in its own natural timing field. So for some of you, this could be a timing field to actually move forward to the next jump. And we've talked about this a little bit before with the throat chakra, and this one here too. Admit your true feelings to yourself. So for some of you, this could be a potential to really make a change up and a change out, and feel these higher vibrations coming in, because believe me, they are. It's just a reality. It is definitely what is happening. One more for you guys, just to finish your stunning reading. This is for Libra to finish their November reading. Okay, it's this one. Matt, I'm not sure how to say it, fairness. This situation will be handled in a fair and just manner. And that's the balance of justice. And hey, that's the Libran energy, the sign of the scales, and bringing balance into everything. And this divine light up here, cosmic light coming in from the cosmic field. And we've had a lot of that activity, and it is actually kind of where we started. And we started with these beautiful cards of the mother energy, of forgiveness. And forgiveness doesn't necessarily mean you have to be the ones doing the forgiving. It might be that other people have a degree of forgiveness if they've held something toward you, an unfairness or a bias against you. So I'm looking for the other miracles as well, the miracle. There's so much power within this wonderful reading for you guys. So I hope you have really, really enjoyed it. I have certainly enjoyed doing it for you. I have felt like a strong presence that is otherworldly while I've been tapping into the reading, and it started from the very get-go, and it's certainly showing its presence even now. So really enjoy this miracle that is in the air for you guys to harness and to feel liberation with in some way or another. So again, I wish you all the very, very best, Librans. It is a beautiful reading for you guys, and it's a wonderful way to move into the end of 2020. So thank you for subbing the channel, for leaving your comments, and also check your moon and rising signs, because there could be just as many beautiful messages there. And I wish you all the most benevolent of times as November comes into shape, and may miracles be prevalent in your life. Much love, everyone. Namaste.